What's happening? What's going on with you, man? I'm just chilling, running some errands real quick. Thought I'd tap in, talk about a little something with you. Uh, you know what's on my what I've been seeing and shit, and it made me like think of some stuff. Is we let time like go by, man. Like Pac said, time fly by. Puffing on live, hoping that it get me high, but that's a different topic. But you feel me? Time fly by, man. Like, that's real talk, bro. Time, they say time waits for no man, you feel me? And it's like, we just I came from this little gun store right here. I'm about to get a gun. Like, I got a couple guns, but I just, every now and then I buy a new gun, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't got no felonies or no nothing, so I can go get registered guns. That's the beauty of never being caught for shit serious, is I can go get registered guns. And I like having different guns and shit, I don't know, but that's another topic. Time waits for no man, bro. So kind of we like to like, you know what I see with a lot of people? I went through this shit for a little period. Is you sit around waiting on something, you know? And then you know how like you can kind of feel like it's gonna be good for me, it's gonna be good, you know? Like no matter what, it's gonna be good. But it's like, hey, how is it gonna be good? Cause I see a lot of people out here where they got that mentality, and they in their late 60s still talking like that type shit. You know what I mean? Then the time go by. It's like, when is it gonna get good for you? When is you gonna do the shit? And I know that mentality, man. Like, it just be feeling like you feel like one day it's gonna be a switch that just and you doing your shit. Like, you get what I mean? But that's not how it works. It's the switch is you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you recognizing that you have to make it happen for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you it's not just gonna happen. Like, it don't matter what you're trying to do, man. Like, it don't matter what you're trying to do. If you don't say, you know what, I'm doing this, and every day you getting up with the intent to make some shit happen, it's not gonna happen. Like, unless you like one of the people that's like relying on luck, and that's kind of like hitting the lotto. Not a lot of people do it, right? To a big scale. Some people hit the lotto, but it's like a small number that's not going to sustain their life. You know what I'm saying? You still got to work, you still got to hustle, right? So it's like, if you waiting on an opportunity, you wasting time. And it's like, it's simple as that. It's like, nothing is, see, now don't get me wrong. You can get, there's times where the opportunity will come knocking at your door, or call you or text you, or just got presented to you or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might have a family member that came up, you know what I'm saying? And they hit you up like, man, it's good. Whatever you're trying to do, I got you. Or type shit. You know what I mean? That's rare though. You know what I'm saying? Even when you got a family member that came up, it's rare for them to say, I got you. Like, I know. Like I got family members that's, not a lot. Like, I know of one or two that really came up. But can I rely on them to change my life and help me sustain my life? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But now if I need a little bit of help, my car broke down or something, I need a few dollars. I mean, maybe they'll loan me some money. You get what I'm saying? But we can't be looking for a handout to change our life. And that's the same shit with like niggas talking about what's that shit called? Reparations, or the black people's old money and shit. 40 acres and a mule, they never gave it to us, and reparations, like we we owe money and shit. Niggas waiting on that. Like, yeah, man, we about to, man, fuck, man, I ain't waiting on that. I'm not waiting on no handouts. I'm gonna go get mine. And that's man, I don't know what to say now to this date, but not too long ago I googled who is the lowest paid race, or and how much money they make or whatever, like on the scale of who has money, and black people is at the lowest out of all the races that it listed. Black people was at the bottom. And I think it's partially from what I'm talking about right now. Living your life carefree, frivolously, or whatever the fuck, just living your life in the back of your head thinking like, hey, something big gonna happen. Like, you get what I'm saying? And not really just like, you know what? Like, I'm about to make this shit happen. I'm about to sit back, regroup, plot and strategize, and every day I'm gonna just go after some shit. Like, and then a lot of times we do that, but it's it's under the table. It's in the streets. So that's I think that's partially why our number was low at the bottom, black people, is because a lot of our money is made under the table or in the streets, or what I'm saying, it's not counted for in society type shit. But when we talking about making some like legal money and shit, creating some generational wealth, or like, what I'm saying, like doing some big shit, I think it's just, what I'm saying, it's kind of like that shit where like it's been a certain way for so long that your mind is just conditioned for it to be that way, when really it's easy to just and change and get on the program, get on some other shit, but it's not easy. You get what I'm saying? Because it's all mental. And that's just not how a lot of people grew up. Not able to work with the next person, not able to comprehend something outside of their understanding. You know what I'm saying? Not really able to get into different environments and feel like they are important, or feel like there's something. You know what I'm saying? So to shy away from different environments and stay in the hood, stay in their own shit. Like, I get it. I know. I stayed comfortable my whole life in the hood environment, getting like street money and all of that, because switching it up, it just required me to learn so much and change a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying, and kind of like put myself out there in an environment where I felt like I wasn't really worthy to be in. And that's the mentality right there. You feeling like you're not worthy, that type shit, that keep motherfuckers blocked out. You block your own self out. You lock yourself out the door of success or happiness or whatever that is to you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? By your mentality. And now it's like sitting and waiting on an opportunity. It's kind of like everybody waiting on Jesus to come back. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no shade to Jesus, the Bible, or nothing, religion. But I do believe you can kind of waste a lot of time in your life if you're relying on that. You know what I mean? I think you got to have a good mental head on your shoulders to know that, okay, I have to create my life here. I can't just sit and wait on Jesus, or, I got to create my life. I think that's what Jesus would want, right? Create your life, live, right? Live accordingly, right? And then after everything's said and done, whatever's next, that's, you know what I'm saying? You lived your life accordingly. So you get what I'm saying? And I think some people get it fucked up. They just, I'm good. I'm just, this life is not even that important. I'm gonna go to this afterlife or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to get up there, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you don't know, fam. You don't know for real. I think this life is important, and I think that every move counts. And I think that there's a lot of happiness to live in this life right here, like heaven on earth type shit. And a lot of people just throwing shade over our eyes, throwing the blinders on over our eyes, kind of, and we get indoctrinated by stuff we see and hear and learn, to the point where it kind of fucks our direction up sometimes. And then maybe we become stagnated or some shit. I'm talking from experience. I know, like, you feel me? Like, it was a point where I was feeling like, like, shit, on some spiritual shit, like afterlife, you know what I'm saying? This is just a stepping stone to my higher self and all of that. Like, something like, you know what I mean? So it devalues the life right here. Certain spiritualness and religion or whatever, like, it devalues this life right here a little bit. Like, I'm not saying it all the way, but it kind of does, because it gets you set for death. Now you're thinking about death and afterlife instead of focusing on now. You know what I mean? And that's what goes back to saying about sitting around waiting on opportunities. Like, why wait? I be, not to put her on blast, but I be getting on wifey about certain shit that she say she planning on doing, and I'm like, why not do it now? And she like, I'm getting ready. And it's like, what you mean? You'll never be ready until you just take action. And that's just, like, she wouldn't like me talking about that, but man, I'm just keeping it real though. Like, you would never be ready. That's bullshit. I'm waiting till I'm ready. You would never be ready, because it's all mental. You could say you ready right now. You could say, you know what, I'm ready, and you would be ready. Like, but you probably really not. But you just feel like, all right, I'm about to start. I'm gonna do this shit. That's what. And you jump in it and you do it, and then you go through the motions. But sitting around waiting until something gets better or something changes, that ain't gonna work, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna run in the store real quick. I'll get some food. About to make some party wings and some coleslaw and baked beans. Probably some fries, I don't know. Chilling at the house, about to go make some strawberry daiquiris and sit and chill at the house, man. But yeah, man, don't wait. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna tap in a minute.